The click of designer heels echoes through Providence Municipal Court. Everyone turns to look. In walks Vanessa Chen, 23 years old. She's wearing a white Chanel suit that probably costs $8,000. Her purse is Hermès Birkin. Orange leather, the kind that has a 2-year waiting list. Diamond earrings catch the light. They're huge, at least 3 carats each. Her hair is perfect. Blonde highlights that cost more than most car payments. She's holding a Starbucks cup in one hand, her phone in the other. She's laughing at something on her screen. Judge Frank Caprio watches from a bench. His face is calm, patient. He's seen a lot in his years on the bench. But something about this case feels different. The paperwork in front of him is thick, very thick. Behind Vanessa walks her lawyer. His name is Richard Pemberton. He's wearing a suit that screams expensive. He's carrying a leather briefcase. His face looks worried. He keeps trying to whisper to Vanessa. She waves him off, like he's annoying her. In the front row sits Maria Santos. She's 67 years old. Her hands are folded in her lap. They're shaking a little. She's wearing her work uniform, navy blue pants, a matching shirt. The name tag says Maria, and underneath it says Custodial Services. She's worked as a janitor at Providence General Hospital for 34 years. Every morning she wakes up at 4. She takes 2 buses to get to work. She cleans 15 floors, mops, scrubs, empties trash. She does this 6 days a week. Her back hurts. Her knees hurt. But she never complains. She has 3 grandchildren. She's raising them because her daughter died of cancer 2 years ago. The medical bills are still piling up. She's behind on rent. Behind on everything. Last Tuesday, Maria was crossing Benefit Street. The crosswalk light said walk. She stepped into the street. She was carrying groceries, heavy bags. She was tired from her shift. Suddenly, she heard an engine roar. A silver Maserati came flying through the intersection, going at least 60 miles per hour, maybe more. The speed limit there is 25. It's a school zone. Maria tried to jump back. She wasn't fast enough. The car clipped her, sent her spinning. She hit the pavement hard. Her groceries went everywhere. Milk, bread, eggs, all over the street. Her arm broke, snapped like a dry branch. Her hip cracked. She lay there on the cold ground, bleeding, crying. Cars stopped. People ran over. Someone called 911. The Maserati didn't stop. It didn't even slow down. It just kept going, disappeared around the corner. But someone saw. A college student named Tyler Bennett. He was on his way to class. He had his phone out. He caught the whole thing on video. The car, the license plate, everything. That Maserati belongs to Vanessa Chen. Or more accurately, it belongs to her husband, Marcus Chen. He's 61 years old. Made his fortune in real estate. Owns half the buildings in downtown Providence. He married Vanessa 8 months ago. His 3rd marriage. People call her a trophy wife. They're not wrong. Now Vanessa is here, in court, and she doesn't look worried. Not even a little bit. The bailiff stands. His name is Officer Michael Torres. He's been working this court for 12 years. He's seen entitled people before. But something about Vanessa's attitude makes his jaw tight. He clears his throat. Case number 2025, TR 94582. The State of Rhode Island versus Vanessa Chen. Hit and run with bodily injury. Leaving the scene of an accident. Reckless endangerment. Tampering with evidence. Intimidation of a witness. Vanessa takes a sip of her coffee. She's still looking at her phone. She doesn't put it down. Judge Caprio leans forward. Ms. Chen, please approach the bench. And put your phone away, please. Vanessa looks up. She acts surprised, like she just noticed where she is. Oh, sorry. Her voice is sweet. Fake sweet. Like artificial sugar. She drops the phone into her purse. But she keeps the coffee. She walks forward. Her heels click. 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 She stops at the defendant's table. She doesn't sit. She just stands there, one hip cocked, like she's posing for a photo. Her lawyer rushes to stand beside her. Your Honor, Richard starts. If I may. Vanessa holds up one hand. I got this, Richard. She smiles at the judge. Big smile. Lots of teeth. Your Honor, I think there's been a huge misunderstanding. Like a massive one. Judge Caprio looks at her. His expression doesn't change. Ms. Chen, do you understand the charges against you? Yeah, I read them. She waves one hand. Her nails are long, bright red. But seriously, this is blown way out of proportion. It's actually kind of funny when you think about it. In the front row, Maria's hands grip each other tighter. Her knuckles turn white. Funny. Judge Caprio's voice is quiet. Tell me what's funny about it, Ms. Chen. Vanessa laughs. Actually laughs. Okay, so I was driving. Benefit Street, right? And this lady just walks out in front of me. Out of nowhere. I didn't even have time to stop. I mean, what was I supposed to do? Wreck my car. She says it like it's obvious. Like anyone would agree with her. The courtroom is silent. People are staring at her. Their mouths open. Officer Torres, the bailiff, takes one step forward. His hand moves to his belt. Not threatening. Just ready. Judge Caprio writes something down. His pen moves slowly. Deliberately. Miss Chen, let me make sure I understand. You're saying that Mrs. Santos walked out in front of your vehicle. Is that correct? Exactly. Vanessa points at him. Like he's finally getting it. Thank you. She totally did. And what did you do after the collision? Vanessa shrugs. One shoulder. Casual. I kept driving. I had a spa appointment. I was already late. Plus, my car is a Maserati. It's not even mine, it's my husband's. If I stopped and there was a scratch or something, he would have been so mad. She rolls her eyes. You know how men are about their cars. Maria makes a sound. A small sound. Like a wounded animal. People turn to look at her. Her face is wet. Tears are rolling down her cheeks. Her good hand covers her mouth. Judge Caprio sees this. He looks back at Vanessa. Ms. Chen, are you aware that Mrs. Santos suffered serious injuries? A broken arm. A fractured hip. A concussion. She spent 4 days in the hospital. She lost 3 weeks of work. She's still in physical therapy. Vanessa's face does something weird. She tries to look sad, but it doesn't work. It looks fake. Oh my God, that's so unfortunate. But honestly, she should have been more careful. She's old, right? Old people have slow reflexes. Maybe she shouldn't be walking around busy streets. She says this like she's being helpful. Like she's giving good advice. A man in the back row stands up. He's wearing a construction vest. His face is red. Are you serious right now? His voice is loud. Angry. Judge Caprio holds up one hand. Sir, please sit down. I'll handle this. The man sits. But he's shaking. Everyone can see it. If you believe justice should be equal for everyone, no matter how much money they have, or who they're married to, you're going to want to see what happens next. Because this is about to get very, very real. Judge Caprio picks up a folder. It's thick. Maybe 50 pages. He opens it. Ms. Chen, before we continue, I need to inform you that the charges you heard read are not the only charges you're facing today. Vanessa's smile falters. Just a little. What do you mean? I mean that since your initial arraignment, additional evidence has come to light. And with that evidence comes additional charges. He looks at Officer Torres. Bailiff, please read the amended charges. Officer Torres picks up a paper. He reads in a clear, strong voice. Attempted bribery of a police officer. Intimidation of a witness. Destruction of evidence. False statements to law enforcement. Driving under the influence. Possession of a controlled substance. And obstruction of justice. The courtroom explodes. People gasp. Whispers fill the air. Someone says, "Oh my God," loud enough for everyone to hear. Vanessa's coffee cup drops. It hits the floor. Brown liquid spreads across the tile. She doesn't notice. Her face has gone pale. Very pale. Under her makeup, you can see she's white as paper. Wait, what? No, that's not. She turns to her lawyer. Richard, what is he talking about? Richard Pemberton looks like he wants to disappear. Ms. Chen, I advised you multiple times to take a plea deal. I told you the prosecution had more evidence. You refused to listen. Vanessa turns back to the judge. Her voice is higher now. Tight. Okay, hold on. Let's just everyone calm down for a second. I think there's been some kind of mistake. Like a clerical error or something. Judge Caprio closes the folder. He looks at her. Really looks at her. There's no mistake, Ms. Chen. Would you like me to present the evidence? She stops. Swallows. If you have to. I have to. Judge Caprio nods to the prosecutor. A woman in a dark blue suit stands. Her name is Assistant District Attorney Jennifer Walsh. She's been a prosecutor for 11 years. She's good at her job. Very good. Jennifer walks to the middle of the courtroom. She's holding a tablet. Your Honor, with your permission, I'd like to present the state's evidence in chronological order. Please proceed. Jennifer taps her tablet. A screen on the wall lights up. It shows dashcam footage. The timestamp says Tuesday, April 8th, 2025. 2:17 p.m. The video shows Benefit Street. Cars parked on both sides. The Maserati comes into frame. It's going fast. Too fast. You can hear the engine roar. Then Maria appears. She's in the crosswalk. The walk signal is clearly visible. It's white, telling her it's safe to cross. The Maserati doesn't slow down. Not even a little. It hits Maria. Her body goes flying. She lands hard. Grocery bags explode everywhere. The Maserati's brake lights flash once. Just once. Then it speeds away. The video stops. The courtroom is silent. Dead silent. You could hear a pin drop. Maria is crying harder now. Her shoulders shake. A woman sitting next to her puts an arm around her. Holds her. Vanessa stares at the screen. Her mouth is open. Okay, but you can't even see who's driving in that video. That could be anyone. Jennifer smiles. It's not a nice smile. You're right, Ms. Chen. That dashcam footage alone doesn't identify the driver. But we have other evidence. She taps the tablet again. The screen changes. Now it shows a different video. This one is from a phone. You can see Tyler Bennett's face in the corner. He's the college student who filmed it. His voice is on the recording. Oh my God, is she okay? Someone call 911. The camera focuses on Maria, on the ground. Then it pans up, catches the Maserati as it drives away. The license plate is crystal clear. Rhode Island plate. Number Chun 1. Vanity plate. Easy to read. That's your husband's car, correct? Jennifer asks. Vanessa doesn't answer. She's staring at the screen. Ms. Chen. Judge Caprio's voice is firm. Answer the question. Yes, Vanessa whispers. That's his car. And who had possession of the vehicle on April 8th at approximately 2:17 p.m.? Vanessa's throat moves. She swallows hard. I did, but I already said I was driving. I'm not denying that. Good. Jennifer taps the tablet again. Now, let's talk about what happened after the accident. The screen shows a new image. It's a security camera photo, black and white. It shows the Maserati pulling into a parking garage. The timestamp says 2:31 p.m. Same day, only 14 minutes after the accident. The garage is attached to a luxury spa. The name on the building says Serenity Day Spa and Wellness Center. This is where you went immediately after hitting Mrs. Santos. Is that correct? Vanessa nods. Barely. Just a tiny movement of her head. I need a verbal answer for the record, Judge Caprio says. Yes. I went to my spa appointment. Jennifer continues. Security footage shows you entering the spa at 2:34 p.m. You stayed for approximately 2 hours. During that time, multiple police officers were searching for your vehicle. They put out a bolo. That means be on the lookout. They were trying to find the hit-and-run driver who had just left an elderly woman bleeding on the street. And you were getting a massage. Vanessa's face is red now. Red and blotchy. Her perfect makeup can't hide it. I didn't know anyone was looking for me. How was I supposed to know? You didn't know because you didn't stop to check on Mrs. Santos. You didn't call 911. You didn't call the police. You just left. Jennifer's voice is ice cold. In fact, you did something else entirely. May I present Exhibit E, Your Honor? Judge Caprio nods. The screen changes again. Now it shows text messages. The phone number at the top is partially blocked out, but the name says Vanessa Chen iPhone. The first message is time-stamped 2:43 p.m., only 26 minutes after the accident. It says, Daddy, I need you to call someone. I think I'm in trouble. The next message comes 1 minute later. It's a response. The name says Dad. The message reads, What happened? Vanessa's reply, I hit someone with Marcus's car. Not my fault. She walked out in front of me. But people saw. There might be video. Dad, did you stop? Vanessa, no. Had my spa thing. Didn't think it was a big deal. Dad, Vanessa. That's a felony. Hit and run. Vanessa, can you fix it? You know people. Dad, I'll make some calls. Don't talk to anyone. Delete these texts. Vanessa, K, thanks Daddy. Love you. Dad, delete these texts. Now. Vanessa, okay. The courtroom erupts again. People are talking over each other. Someone shouts, "Unbelievable." Another voice says, "She tried to cover it up." Judge Caprio bangs his gavel. 3 times. Bang, bang, bang. Order. I will have order in this court. Slowly the noise dies down, but the energy is electric. Angry. You can feel it in the air. Vanessa is shaking her head. Back and forth. Fast. Those are private messages. You can't use those. That's like attorney-client privilege or something. Jennifer laughs. Actually laughs. Ms. Chen, attorney-client privilege applies to communications with your lawyer, not your father. And you didn't delete these texts like he told you to. Your phone was seized when officers executed a search warrant on your home. We recovered everything. Richard Pemberton drops his face into his hands. He looks like he wants to die. There's more, Jennifer says. She's enjoying this. You can tell. At 3:15 p.m., still the same day, Detective Harold Morrison received a phone call. The caller identified himself as Robert Zhao. Mr. Zhao is Vanessa Chen's father. He's a prominent businessman in Providence. He owns Zhao Capital Management. Very successful. Very wealthy. Very connected. Detective Morrison, could you please tell the court what Mr. Zhao said during that phone call? A man in the back of the courtroom stands. He's wearing a gray suit. No tie. His badge is clipped to his belt. He's in his 50s. Silver hair. Tired eyes. Yes, ma'am. Mr. Zhao called my cell phone at 3:15 p.m. on April 8th. He asked if I was the detective investigating the hit and run on Benefit Street. I confirmed that I was. He then told me that his daughter had been driving the vehicle in question, but that it was an unavoidable accident. He said, and I'm quoting from my notes here, the victim stepped into traffic without looking. My daughter couldn't have stopped in time. This is just an unfortunate situation, and I'd like to handle it privately. I'm prepared to compensate the victim directly. No need to involve the courts. What did you tell him? Jennifer asks. I told him that wasn't how the law works. I explained that hit and run is a serious crime, that his daughter needed to turn herself in immediately. That's when he changed his tone. How so? Detective Morrison shifts his weight. Uncomfortable. He said, Detective, I'm friends with your captain. I've donated a lot of money to the police benevolent fund over the years. I'm sure we can work something out that benefits everyone. Then he mentioned a specific amount. $25,000. Half to me. Half to my captain. To make the case go away. The courtroom goes insane. People are standing now. Shouting. The bailiff is moving through the aisles. Trying to restore order. Judge Caprio bangs the gavel over and over. I will clear this courtroom if necessary. Everyone sit down and be quiet. It takes 2 full minutes for things to calm down. Vanessa is gripping the edge of the table. Her knuckles are white. Bone white. My dad wouldn't do that. You're lying. You're making this up. Detective Morrison looks at her. His face is hard. I recorded the phone call, Ms. Chen. Your father didn't know that. Rhode Island is a one-party consent state. I only need permission from one person on the call to record it. That person is me. We have the entire conversation. His voice. His words. His attempted bribe. And what happened to Mr. Zhao? Judge Caprio asks. He was arrested 2 days later. Charged with attempted bribery of a law enforcement officer. He posted bail. His trial is scheduled for June. Vanessa's legs give out. She sits down hard in the chair. Her lawyer grabs her arm to steady her. She's breathing fast. Too fast. Like she might hyperventilate. Jennifer isn't done. Your Honor, there's still more. After the phone call with Detective Morrison, Ms. Chen's behavior became increasingly erratic. At 6:47 p.m. on April 8th, she went to an auto body shop in Cranston. Not a regular shop. A place known for under-the-table work. No records. No questions. She paid cash to have the front bumper of the Maserati repaired. She paid $3,000. In cash. The shop owner, Mr. Luis Hernandez, has provided a sworn statement. He also took photos of the damage before he repaired it. May I show those photos, Your Honor? Please do. The screen fills with images. Close-up shots of the Maserati's front bumper. There's a dent. Paint scraped off. A crack in the plastic. And something else. Something brown. It looks like dried blood. In one photo, there's also a piece of fabric stuck in the cracked plastic. Blue fabric. The same color as Maria's work uniform. Maria gasps. Her hand goes to her shirt. She looks down at it, like she's checking to see if a piece is missing. That fabric was tested, Jennifer says. It's a DNA match to Mrs. Santos. And the blood is also hers. Type A positive. Rare. Only about 6% of the population has it. Mrs. Santos is one of them. So Ms. Chen didn't just leave the scene of an accident. She destroyed evidence. She tried to cover up her crime. She knew she had hit someone. She knew it was serious. And she didn't care. Vanessa is crying now. Real tears. Her makeup is running. Black streaks down her face. I was scared, okay? I panicked. I didn't know what to do. My dad said he would handle it. I trusted him. You trusted him to bribe the police, Jennifer says. You trusted him to make your crime disappear. Because you thought money could fix anything. Because you've never faced real consequences in your entire life. That's not fair. Vanessa's voice cracks. High-pitched. Desperate. You know what's not fair, Ms. Chen? Jennifer walks toward the front row. She stops in front of Maria. Mrs. Santos worked for 34 years without missing a single day. Not one. She raised her daughter alone after her husband died. Then she buried that daughter and took in 3 grandchildren. She works 60 hours a week. She makes $14 an hour. That's less than $30,000 a year. She has $23,000 in medical debt from her daughter's cancer treatment. And now, because of you, she has $17,000 more from her own hospitalization. She lost 3 weeks of wages. That's $1,500 she didn't earn. $1,500 she can't pay to her landlord. She's facing eviction next month. Her grandchildren might end up in foster care. Because of you. Because you were late for a spa appointment. Vanessa is sobbing. Her whole body shakes. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I didn't think. You didn't think, Jennifer repeats. That's the problem. You've never had to think. You've never had to worry about money. About consequences. About anyone but yourself. She turns back to Judge Caprio. Your Honor, there's one more piece of evidence I need to present. It's perhaps the most damning. Judge Caprio nods. He looks tired. Sad. Like this case is wearing on him. Jennifer taps her tablet. The screen shows a social media post. Instagram. The username is partially blocked, but you can see it says Vanessa Chen. The post is from April 8th, 9:23 p.m., the same day as the accident. The photo shows Vanessa at a restaurant. She's holding a martini glass. She's smiling. The caption reads, "Bad day turn good. Spa time and drinks fix everything. Hashtag blessed, hashtag living my best life, hashtag Martini Monday." In the comments, someone has written, "Did you hear about that hit and run on Benefit Street today? So scary." Vanessa's reply, "OMG yes. Some people are so careless. They shouldn't be allowed on the roads, LOL." The courtroom is silent. Not a sound. Not a breath. Everyone is staring at the screen. At those words. Some people are so careless. She's talking about Maria. The woman she hit. The woman she left bleeding on the street. Judge Caprio removes his glasses. He sets them on the bench. He rubs his eyes. When he puts his glasses back on, his face is different. Harder. Ms. Chen, stand up. Vanessa stands. Her legs are shaking. She can barely hold herself up. Her lawyer has to help her. "I've been on this bench for over 30 years, Judge Caprio says. His voice is quiet, but fills the entire courtroom. I've seen thousands of cases. Thousands of people. Good people who made mistakes. Bad people who didn't care. And everything in between. But I have never, in all my years, seen someone show such complete and total disregard for another human being. Do you understand what you've done?" "Yes," Vanessa whispers. "I don't think you do. I don't think you have any idea." He picks up a piece of paper. "After you left Mrs. Santos on the street, she lay there for 7 minutes before the ambulance arrived. 7 minutes. She was alone. In pain. Scared. She thought she was going to die. She told the paramedics later that she prayed. She prayed that someone would help her. She prayed that her grandchildren would be okay if she didn't make it. Do you know what you were doing during those 7 minutes?" Vanessa shakes her head. "You were parking your car in a garage, walking into a spa, changing into a robe, laughing with the receptionist about being late. That's what you were doing. While a 67-year-old woman who has worked hard her entire life was bleeding on the pavement because of you." Vanessa's knees buckle. She grabs the table. And then, Judge Caprio continues, you did something even worse. You lied. You covered it up. You got your father to try to bribe the police. You destroyed evidence. And you went online and mocked the victim. You called her careless. You laughed about it. He leans forward. Tell me something, Ms. Chen. What makes you think you're special? I don't. Vanessa's voice is so quiet you can barely hear it. Speak up. What makes you think you're special? I don't think I'm special. Yes, you do. You absolutely do. You think that because you married a rich man, because you carry an expensive purse, because you wear designer clothes, that the rules don't apply to you. You think that money makes you better than Mrs. Santos. Better than the people in this courtroom. Better than the law itself. Am I wrong? Vanessa doesn't answer. She just cries. Let me tell you something about Mrs. Santos. She's sitting right there. Look at her. Vanessa doesn't move. I said look at her. Vanessa turns. She looks at Maria. Maria is staring back. Her face is wet with tears. But her eyes are strong. Determined. Mrs. Santos has more dignity in her little finger than you have in your entire body, Judge Caprio says. She came to this country 40 years ago with nothing. She learned English. She worked hard. She raised a family. She paid her taxes. She helped her neighbors. She volunteered at her church. She never asked for handouts. Never complained. Never thought she was better than anyone else. And now, because of your selfishness, because of your arrogance, because of your complete lack of human decency, her life is in ruins. Her body is broken. Her savings are gone. Her home is in jeopardy. Her grandchildren's future is at risk. And you thought you could just make it go away with money. I want to make it right, Vanessa says. Her voice cracks. I'll pay for everything. All her medical bills. Her lost wages. Her rent. Whatever she needs. I swear. You think money fixes this? Judge Caprio's voice rises. You think you can just write a check and everything is fine? Mrs. Santos will be in pain for the rest of her life. Her arm will never work the same. Her hip will ache every time it rains. She'll have nightmares about being hit. She'll be afraid to cross streets. You did that. You. Not your money. Not your father. You. Vanessa collapses into her chair. She's sobbing so hard she can't breathe. Her whole body convulses. Snot runs from her nose. Her perfect hair is a mess. Her makeup is destroyed. She looks nothing like the woman who walked into the courtroom an hour ago. Judge Caprio picks up his pen. He writes something. Then he looks up. Here's what's going to happen, Ms. Chen. I'm going to hand down your sentence now. And I want you to listen very carefully. Because this is going to change your life. The courtroom is so quiet you could hear a feather fall. First, the financial penalties. You are fined $47,500. That covers court costs, Mrs. Santos's medical expenses, her lost wages, and punitive damages. You will pay this amount in full within 30 days. Not your husband, not your father. You will get a job, a real job, and you will earn the money yourself. If you fail to pay within 30 days, I will hold you in contempt and you will go to jail. Vanessa's mouth opens. No sound comes out. Second, your driver's license is suspended for 2 years. Not 1 year. 2 years. You will not drive. You will not get behind the wheel of any vehicle. If you do, you will be arrested and charged with driving on a suspended license. That's an automatic 6 months in jail. No exceptions. Vanessa's lawyer writes frantically on his notepad. Third, and this is the most important part, you will perform 500 hours of community service. Judge Caprio pauses. Lets that number sink in. 500 hours. And here's where you'll perform those hours. You will work as a custodial assistant at Providence General Hospital. The same hospital where Mrs. Santos works. You will report directly to her. She will be your supervisor. You will do whatever she tells you to do. Mop floors. Clean toilets. Empty trash. Scrub walls. You will wear the same uniform she wears. You will use the same supplies she uses. You will work the same early morning shifts she works. You will see what her life is like. What her job is like. What means to work hard for low pay. And you will do this for the next year. Every Saturday and Sunday. 6 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. No exceptions. No calling in sick unless you have a doctor's note. No vacation days. No special treatment. The courtroom explodes with applause. People are clapping, cheering, standing up. The bailiff doesn't even try to stop them. He's smiling too. Judge Caprio waits for the noise to die down. Then he continues. Fourth, you will write a letter of apology to Mrs. Santos. Not typed. Handwritten. At least 1,000 words. You will explain what you did, why it was wrong, what you've learned, and how you plan to be a better person. You will read this letter out loud to Mrs. Santos in this courtroom, in front of everyone, and it better be genuine. If I think you're faking it, I'll add another 100 hours to your community service. Vanessa nods. She's still crying, but she's listening, really listening. Fifth, you will create a public service announcement. A video. You will tell your story, what you did, the consequences, why it was wrong. This video will be shown in every high school in Providence. It will be posted on the city's website. It will be shared on social media. You will be the face of Don't Be Entitled. Don't hit and run. You don't get to hide from this. You don't get to pretend it didn't happen. Vanessa's face goes pale again. Everyone will know. Everyone should know, Judge Caprio says. What you did was public. Your punishment should be public too. Maybe it will stop someone else from making the same mistake. Sixth, you will attend victim impact classes every Tuesday evening for 6 months. You will hear from people who have been hurt by hit-and-run drivers. You will hear their stories, their pain, their struggles. You will learn empathy, because clearly, no one ever taught you that. Richard Pemberton is still writing. His hand is cramping, but he doesn't stop. Seventh, you are banned from all social media for 1 year. No Instagram, no Facebook, no TikTok, no Twitter, nothing. You will delete your accounts today. Right now, in fact. Take out your phone. Vanessa looks confused. What? Now. Right now. Take out your phone. Open Instagram. Delete your account. I want to see you do it. With shaking hands, Vanessa takes out her phone. She unlocks it. Opens Instagram. Her fingers hover over the screen. She looks at her profile. 72,000 followers. All her photos. Her perfect life. I have followers, she says weakly. They'll wonder where I went. They'll figure it out when they see your public service announcement. Judge Caprio's voice is firm. Delete it. Now. Vanessa taps the screen. Goes to settings. Finds the delete account option. She hesitates. Judge Caprio raises his eyebrows. She taps delete. Confirms. The screen goes white. Her account is gone. Now the rest of them. All of them. It takes 5 minutes. Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat. Each one deleted. Each one gone. Her digital life erased. Good. Now give your phone to your lawyer. He'll hold it for you. You get 1 hour of phone use per day. For emergencies and necessary calls only. No scrolling. No browsing. No posting. You need to learn to live in the real world. Not the fake world of social media where you can pretend to be someone you're not. Vanessa hands her phone to Richard. She looks lost. Like she doesn't know what to do with her hands anymore. And finally, Judge Caprio says, I'm placing you on probation for 3 years. You will check in with a probation officer every month. You will submit to random drug tests. You will comply with all conditions of your sentence. If you violate probation in any way, if you miss community service, if you drive, if you create new social media accounts, if you fail to pay your fine, you will go to jail. Not for a few days. For 6 months. Minimum. Do you understand? Yes, Your Honor. Vanessa's voice is small. Broken. Do you have anything you want to say? Vanessa stands. She turns to face Maria. She takes 3 steps forward. The bailiff moves closer watching. Vanessa drops to her knees. Right there in the middle of the courtroom. She's on her knees in her $8,000 Chanel suit. Tears stream down her face. Mrs. Santos, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. What I did was wrong. It was evil. I hurt you. I almost killed you. And I didn't care. I didn't even think about you as a real person. I just thought about myself. About my stupid spa appointment. About not getting in trouble. I was selfish and cruel and awful. And I know saying sorry isn't enough. I know it doesn't fix your arm or your hip or your pain. I know it doesn't give you back the money you lost or the time you missed with your grandchildren. But I am sorry. I'm so sorry. And I promise I'm going to change. I'm going to be better. I'm going to spend every single day trying to make this right, even though I know I never really can. Maria sits there. She doesn't speak. Her face is wet, but her expression is unreadable. After a long moment, she nods. Just once. A tiny nod. She doesn't forgive. Not yet. Maybe not ever. but she acknowledges the apology. Vanessa slowly stands. She walks back to the defendant's table. She sits down. She looks small now. Smaller than she did when she walked in. Judge Caprio writes on a piece of paper. He signs it, stamps it. This court is adjourned. Ms. Chen, you will begin your community service next Saturday. 6 a.m. Don't be late. Bailiff, please give Ms. Chen the contact information for her probation officer. Court dismissed. The gavel comes down. Bang. One sharp sound. Final. People start to leave. They're talking in hushed voices. The energy is different now. Satisfied. Like justice was served. Like the world makes sense again. Vanessa stands. She and her lawyer walk toward the door. People move out of her way. But not in respect. In disgust. No one wants to touch her. No one wants to be near her. As she passes Maria, she stops. I really am sorry, she whispers. Maria looks at her. You broke my arm. My hip. My body will never be the same. But that's not the worst part. Her voice is soft but strong. English with a Spanish accent. The worst part is that you didn't care. You hit me, and you drove away, and you laughed about it. You made me feel like I wasn't human. Like my life didn't matter. That hurt more than the broken bones. Vanessa's face crumples. I know, and I hate myself for it. Good, Maria says. Maybe hating yourself is where you start to become a better person. She stands. Her movements are slow. Painful. She walks toward the door. The woman who is sitting with her helps her. Supports her elbow. Vanessa watches her go. Then she leaves too. The courtroom empties. Soon it's just Judge Caprio and the court reporter. The judge sits there for a moment, thinking. He looks at the file in front of him, at all the evidence, all the pain. He thinks about Vanessa, about Maria, about justice and mercy, and the hard work of being human. His assistant, Carol, pokes her head in. Judge, you okay? That was intense. I'm fine, Carol. Just thinking. That girl had no idea what she was in for. No, she didn't. He closes the file. But maybe now she'll learn. Maybe this will change her. You think people like that can change? I have to believe they can. Otherwise, what's the point of any of this? He stands, picks up his robe, hangs it on the hook by his desk. What's next? Traffic violations. 3 cases. All parking tickets. Parking tickets. He smiles a little. That sounds nice and simple. After today. Yeah, it does. They walk out together. The courtroom is empty now. Silent. The afternoon sun comes through the windows. Dust floats in the light. Peaceful. 3 months pass. It's July now. Hot. Humid. The kind of Rhode Island summer where the air feels thick. Hard to breathe. Vanessa Chen walks into Providence General Hospital. It's 5:45 in the morning. The sun is barely up. She's wearing navy blue pants. A matching shirt. Her name tag says Vanessa, and underneath it says Custodial Services, Community Service. Her hair is pulled back in a simple ponytail. No makeup, no jewelry, no design or anything. She's carrying a lunch bag. Inside is a sandwich she made herself, peanut butter and jelly, and an apple. It cost her about $2 total. Before, she would spend $50 on lunch without thinking. She goes to the custodial office. Maria is already there. She's checking the supply closet, making sure there's enough toilet paper, paper towels, cleaning solution. She looks up when Vanessa enters. You're early. I didn't want to be late. Vanessa's voice is different now. Quieter. Respectful. Good. Here. Maria hands her a mop and bucket. Start on the 3rd floor. Patient rooms. Be thorough. Check every corner. Yes, ma'am. Vanessa takes the equipment. She heads to the elevator. Her back already hurts. She's been doing this for 12 weeks. Every weekend. Her hands have calluses now. Her nails are short, unpainted. Her skin is darker from walking to work. She sold most of her designer clothes. Used the money to pay her fine. She got a job during the week. Working at a coffee shop. Making lattes. Taking orders. Earning minimum wage. It took her 6 weeks to save up enough for the first payment on her fine. She has 3 more payments to go. She mops the 3rd floor, room by room. It takes 2 hours. The work is hard. Her shoulders ache. Her knees hurt. But she doesn't complain. She doesn't take breaks unless Maria tells her to. She does the work. Around 8, she's mopping near the nurse's station. A little girl walks by. Maybe 7 years old. She's wearing a hospital gown. Pulling in 4-pole. She's bald. Chemotherapy. She looks at Vanessa. Hi. Hi, Vanessa says. She smiles. A real smile. You're cleaning. Yeah, I am. That's a good job. My grandma cleans houses. She says it's honest work. Your grandma is right. The little girl smiles back. Then she keeps walking. Down the hall. Slow steps. Tired steps. Vanessa watches her go. Something in her chest hurts. Not physical pain. Something else. She thinks about all the times she walked past people like that little girl. Janitors. Custodians. Workers. People she never looked at. Never thought about. People she thought were beneath her. She feels ashamed. Deep, burning shame. Maria comes around the corner. She sees Vanessa standing there. You okay? Yeah. Vanessa wipes her eyes. She didn't realize she was crying. I'm fine. Just taking a second. Maria walks over. She looks down the hall at the little girl. That's Emma. She's been here for 3 months. Leukemia. Her family doesn't have insurance. The hospital is treating her anyway. The doctors, the nurses, they're doing everything they can. But it's expensive. Very expensive. Will she be okay? I don't know. I hope so. Maria looks at Vanessa. You've been working hard. I've been watching. Thank you. You're different than you were 3 months ago. I hope so. I was terrible 3 months ago. Yes, you were. Maria doesn't sugarcoat it. But you're trying now. I see that. It doesn't erase what you did. But it's something. I know I can never really make it up to you. But I'm going to keep trying. Maria nods. Good. Now finish this floor. Then we have 4 more to do. Yes, ma'am. They work side by side for the rest of the day. When their shift ends at 2, Vanessa is exhausted. Every muscle hurts. But there's something else too. Something new. Pride. Not the arrogant pride she used to have. Something different. Quieter. She did a good job today. She helped keep the hospital clean. She helped make it safe for patients like Emma. It's not much, but it's something. She takes the bus home. She lives in a small apartment now. 1 bedroom. Not downtown. Not fancy. But it's hers. She pays for it with her own money. Her husband left her 2 months ago. He said he couldn't handle the embarrassment. The scandal. He filed for divorce. She didn't fight it. She knew it was coming. Her father barely speaks to her. He's dealing with his own legal problems. Possible jail time for the bribery attempt. Her so-called friends all disappeared when the story went viral. When her public service announcement hit the internet. When everyone saw what she really was. But she's not alone. Not completely. She has a new friend. A woman named Keisha who works at the coffee shop. Keisha is 26. She has 2 kids. She's saving up for nursing school. She's kind. Real. She doesn't care about designer clothes or Instagram followers. She invited Vanessa over for dinner last week. They ate spaghetti in Keisha's tiny apartment while her kids did homework at the table. It was the best meal Vanessa had ever had. 6 more months pass. It's January now. Cold. Snow on the ground. Vanessa walks into the courtroom. The same courtroom where she was sentenced. It's been 1 year. 365 days. She's here for her review hearing. She's wearing simple clothes. Jeans. A sweater. Winter coat from Target. No design or anything. Her hair is longer now. Natural color. Brown with some gray starting to show. She's 23, but she looks older. More mature. Her face has changed. The arrogance is gone. The entitlement is gone. There's something else there now. Humility. Wisdom. Judge Caprio walks in. Everyone stands. He sits. Everyone sits. He looks at Vanessa. Ms. Chen, it's been a year. How are you? I'm okay, Your Honor. Thank you for asking. I've received reports from your probation officer, from Mrs. Santos, from the hospital. They all say you've been compliant, that you've completed all your community service hours, that you've paid your fine in full, that you've attended all required classes. Is that accurate? Yes, Your Honor. I've done everything you asked, and more. Tell me about the and more part. Vanessa takes a breath. Well, after I finished my 500 hours, I asked Mrs. Santos if I could keep working. Volunteer. She said yes. So I still go to the hospital every Saturday. I help with whatever they need. and I started fundraiser. For Emma, the little girl with leukemia. I contacted a bunch of people. Organized a bake sale. A car wash. A silent auction. We raised $37,000. Enough to cover her treatment. She's in remission now. The courtroom is silent. Judge Caprio's eyebrows raise. You did that. I had help. A lot of help. But yeah, I organized it. I wanted to do something good. Something that mattered. Emma's family, they couldn't afford her treatment. The hospital was helping, but it was still going to bankrupt them. I couldn't let that happen. Not when I had the skills to help. I know how to talk to rich people. How to ask for money. I used to use those skills for myself. For stupid things. Now, I use them to help others. Judge Caprio looks at his papers. He's quiet for a moment. Then he looks up. Mrs. Santos, you're here today. What do you have to say about Ms. Chen's progress? Maria stands. She's wearing her work uniform. She walks to the front of the courtroom. Your Honor, when Vanessa first started working at the hospital, I hated her. I'm not going to lie. I hated what she did to me. I hated her attitude, her privilege, everything about her. But I watched her work. Every week. For a year. I watched her mop floors without complaining. I watched her clean toilets. I watched her carry heavy trash bags. I watched her come in early and stay late. I watched her help patients. Smile at them. Talk to them. Treat them like human beings. And I watched her change. Maria's voice gets softer. 3 months ago, my grandson got sick. Really sick. Needed surgery. I didn't have the money. The hospital bills for my accident, they took everything. I didn't know what to do. Vanessa found out. She gave me money. $5,000. Her own money. From her job at the coffee shop. She said it was the least she could do. She saved my grandson's life. Maria turns to look at Vanessa. She's not the same person who hit me with that car. That person was selfish. Cruel. Heartless. This person, the one sitting here today, she's different. She's kind. She's hardworking. She's humble. She made a terrible mistake. She hurt me. But she's trying to be better. And I think she is better. Vanessa is crying. Silent tears. Maria walks over to her. Stands in front of her. I forgive you, Vanessa. It took me a long time. But I do. I forgive you. Vanessa stands. The two women hug. Right there in the courtroom. The gallery erupts in applause. People are crying. Smiling. Judge Caprio wipes his eyes. Even the bailiff looks emotional. When things quiet down, Judge Caprio speaks. Ms. Chen, you've done something remarkable. You've taken responsibility for your actions. You've faced consequences. And you've changed. Really changed. Not just on the surface. Deep down. That's rare. I want you to know that I'm proud of you. Vanessa's voice shakes. Thank you, Your Honor. That means everything to me. I'm going to terminate your probation early. You've earned it. Your license suspension will remain for 1 more year. That's non-negotiable. But otherwise, you're free. You've paid your debt to society. You've paid your debt to Mrs. Santos. Now, you need to keep moving forward. Keep being the person you've become. Keep helping others. Keep using your privilege, and yes, you still have privilege, to make the world better. I will. I promise. Good. This case is closed. Court dismissed. Bang. The gavel comes down. Final. People swarm Vanessa. Shaking her hand. Hugging her. Congratulating her. Maria stays close. Protective. Like a mother. In a way, that's what she's become. A mother figure. A teacher. A friend. They walk out of the courthouse together. Into the cold January air. Snow is falling. Light flakes. The world looks clean. Fresh. New. What are you going to do now? Maria asks. I don't know. Keep working. Keep volunteering. Maybe go back to school. I was thinking about social work. Or nursing. Something where I can help people. That's good. You'd be good at that. You think so? I know so. You've learned what most people never learn. That helping others is what gives life meaning. Not money. Not things. People. Relationships. Making a difference. They walk down the courthouse steps. At the bottom, a reporter is waiting. Camera ready. Ms. Chen, can we ask you some questions? Vanessa stops. She looks at Maria. Maria nods. It's okay. You can talk to them. Vanessa turns to the reporter. Sure. What do you want to know? How does it feel to be done with your sentence? It feels good, but also strange. For the past year, I've had structure. Purpose. Now I have to figure out what comes next. Do you have a message for people who saw your story? Who watched your public service announcement? Vanessa thinks. She looks at the camera. Yeah, I do. If you're watching this, and you think you're better than other people because of your money, or your status, or your family, you're wrong. You're not better. You're just luckier. And luck can change. Life can change. The person you look down on today might be the person who saves you tomorrow. Treat everyone with respect, with kindness, with dignity, because we're all human. We all matter. And when you mess up, and you will mess up, take responsibility. Don't run. Don't hide. Don't make excuses. Face what you did. Accept the consequences. And do better. Be better. That's all we can do. The reporter smiles. Thank you, Ms. Chen. That's a powerful message. Vanessa and Maria walk away. Down the street. Toward the bus stop. They're quiet for a while. Just walking. Breathing. Being. Thank you, Vanessa says finally. For what? For giving me a chance. For forgiving me. For teaching me. I wouldn't have made it without you. Yes, you would have. You had it in you. You just needed to find it. Maybe, but you helped me look. They reach the bus stop. Sit on the cold bench. Wait for the bus. Two women. Different ages. Different backgrounds. Different lives. But connected now. Forever. By pain. By forgiveness. By grace. The bus comes. They get on. Sit together. Watch the city pass by the window. Snowy streets. People walking. Living. Struggling. Surviving. Thriving. Somewhere in that city, Emma is playing. Healthy. Happy. Alive because of the money Vanessa raised. Somewhere Maria's grandson is recovering from surgery. Alive because Vanessa helped pay for it. Somewhere other people are watching Vanessa's public service announcement. Learning from her mistakes. Choosing to be better. And in Judge Caprio's chambers, he's reviewing the case file one last time before filing it away. He makes a note in the margin. Just 2 words. Justice served. He closes the file. Puts it in the cabinet. Locks it. Sits back in his chair. Thinks about justice. About mercy. About the hard, complicated work of being human. Outside his window, snow falls. The city is quiet. Peaceful. And life goes on. This case became famous. Not because of the scandal. Not because of the viral video. But because of what came after. The transformation. The redemption. The proof that people can change. Law schools use it as a teaching case. They discuss the balance between punishment and rehabilitation. Between accountability and mercy. Between justice and compassion. High schools show Vanessa's public service announcement. Students write essays about privilege. About consequences. About empathy. The hospital where Maria works created a new program. The Second Chance Initiative. They partner with the courts to provide community service opportunities for offenders. Many of them transform, just like Vanessa did. And Vanessa? She went back to school. Got her degree in social work. Now she works for that very program. Helping other people who made terrible mistakes find their way back. She tells them her story. Shows them that change is possible. That you're not defined by your worst moment. That you can be better. She still volunteers at the hospital every Saturday. Still works alongside Maria. They're family now. Real family. The kind that's chosen, not born into. She still lives simply. No designer clothes. No luxury cars. No social media showing off. She lives in service. In helping others. In making the world a little bit better every day. Because that's what Judge Caprio taught her. That's what Maria showed her. That's what her consequences gave her. A chance to become who she was always meant to be. Not a trophy wife. Not a spoiled rich girl. Not an entitled princess. A human being. Flawed. Redeemed. Real. And that's worth more than any Maserati. Any Hermès bag. Any diamond earring. Any Instagram follower. That's worth everything. Money can buy many things. It can buy cars and clothes and trips and experiences. It can buy comfort and convenience and luxury. But it cannot buy back time. It cannot undo harm. It cannot erase pain. It cannot purchase respect. It cannot create character. It cannot manufacture empathy. And in Judge Frank Caprio's courtroom, it definitely cannot buy justice. Justice is earned. Through accountability. Through consequences. Through change. Real change. Deep change. The kind that transforms you from the inside out. That's what Vanessa learned. That's what this case taught. That's what we all need to remember. We are not our bank accounts. We are not our possessions. We are not our status or our titles or our connections. We are our actions, our choices, our treatment of others, our response when we fail. And when we fail, and we all fail, the question is not whether we'll face consequences. The question is what we'll do with those consequences. Will we run from them, hide from them, try to buy our way out of them? Or will we face them, accept them, learn from them, grow because of them? Vanessa chose to grow. Maria chose to forgive. Judge Caprio chose mercy alongside justice. And because of those choices, 2 lives were transformed. A community was healed. A lesson was learned. That's the power of justice. Real justice. The kind that doesn't just punish. The kind that redeems. The kind that makes us all a little more human.